Hey guys, Saves Untitled here, and I wanted to discuss a little bit of the zombie storyline. I'll hand it over to Jim right here real quick so he can tell his part.
Alright,
Go.
so anyway, we have our little conspiracy theory but about the zombie storyline, and I heard that. Speak up. Speak up.
Go ahead,
okay,
Jim.
Okay. I don't want to hear you mumbo jumbo. Anyway, so about the zombies. After Richtofen kills Sam and Maxis or whatever, well, I don't believe he kills Maxis, but I'm not getting into the whole old storyline.
Whoa, wait. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about some other episodes. I'm not going back to the old. Just look at the old storyline before you watch this. So, anyway, after he kills those people, he goes. They send him to Shinonuma to experiment with this guy Peter. And with Peter, what happens is, I guess Richtofen is just so obsessed with making the Wonder Waffle or something, he's just going insane.
Or he's going insane from the voices in his head.
So that's basically what's happening. And so he just basically kills Peter, cold blood, just kills him. And, or maybe, I don't know, maybe something happened in an experiment, I don't know, but anyway, Peter somehow...
But Peter couldn't have hung himself because he only had one arm and supposedly, hand, I always get that screwed up. His other hand was supposedly on the powered ruct, I don't know how that happened, but how could you hang yourself and tie a knot with one hand?
Remember, it's got to support yourself.
And he's really bloody, and you have to support yourself, and there's nothing to stand on around him. Go ahead, Jim.
Hold on. I believe you can hang yourself with one hand, but I'm not getting into that.
No, you can't hang yourself.
Okay, Chris wants to debunk our theories. If you don't know, that's Chris. He's new here. He's stupid.
Excuse me. You can hold the rope and then tie it with your...
Chris, I don't want to know about your suicide attempts. Go ahead.
Jim. Yeah, let's go. How about you try to go hang yourself with one hand? We will stay here.
Try hanging yourself on a different YouTube channel.
But anyway, this show's not about suicide. It's all about fun. Anyway.
Where was I? I don't
remember. Okay.
Okay, just go ahead. Go ahead.
He kills Peter. If you notice, he's all bloody. What Scott said. And, there's no chair around him. He couldn't have hung himself. But I think Richtofen just made it look like he hung himself. But he just killed him. And so anyway... The people at the Reese are realizing that Peter is not sending them feedback. He's not talking to them. So, and then, as you don't know, they're trying to make They're testing with Tank, Taki, and Nikolai, trying to make them like superhumans and everything. And I believe, and their memories completely wiped out, and they're just trying to basically, and then I just think they're thinking they're with the Nazis or something, shit like that. And so anyway, they send them to Shinonuma to investigate, because you'll notice in the trailer he'll say,
see what's...
we're here, this is the place, and stuff like that. That's where they find Richtofen, all by himself, grown boy, and then that's where
Well, Jim, I want to stop you right there. Maybe, well, it doesn't matter if Richtofen was there or at 935. Maybe he teleported and killed Peter and left before the zombie outbreak happened. Or, it doesn't really matter.
Well, I know Richtofen worked at Shinonuma, because you'll find a hut that says doctor's quarters. So, that's...
Yeah. I didn't think of that. You got a point there.
Hut and, really though, why would they just put some other doctor there?
Okay,
doesn't make any sense.
Go on.
Yeah. He probably teleported
anyway,
back, but,
then they teleported. They somehow found a way to teleport to Reese. That's where...
When they got back, they found that everyone was turned into zombies, and there was probably a zombie outbreak. One of them attacked that they were testing on.
Well, you can hear it on one of the radio. You can hear
the
radio where the zombie outbreak started. You can hear the sirens going off. You can hear everything. People screaming, Magnum.
Yeah, and there's the help bags on the roof and everything.
Go on.
Alright, so...
Chris.
Our theory's better than yours.
Jesus.
Hey, no it's not, but alright, keep going.
Chris, we need to continue this.
Okay.
They're not gonna like a boring video.
So anyway,
go.
At the Reese, the Wonder Waffle overloads the teleporter, am I saying it right?
Yep, it overloads the teleporter and they end up in Kino. That's why it has all the electric when they spawn in.
They're in Kino in this old rundown city theater. We're still trying to find out how they got teleported to the next map. We don't know that yet.
Yeah, how they got out of Kino. It's kind of weird. Maybe the teleporter malfunctioned again. We don't know.
Maybe
that's something we're still like
thinking. Who knows? Anyway.
Yeah, but the thunder gun really is not electric.
And here's the big twist. We think that Moon happened before these 3 other map packs that have just recently came out. Well, obviously everything came before.
And you might be saying,
but
and you might be saying, what the hell? Like, how could that happen? And why you're so stupid and everything?
This is I said this. So anyway, if you'll notice in Ascension, you're coming down on a lunar lander. Richtofen is in a
lunar, not lunar.
I'm saying lunar.
Sorry.
I don't care.
It bothers me. It bothers me.
All right, so they're coming out on a lunar lander, and Richtofen is in a spacesuit. Now, last time
with like the head broken and
last time I checked in Kino, I don't believe I saw any lunar landers, and I don't think Richtofen was in a spacesuit. But that's just my personal opinion. And so, unless they somehow teleported on a magical lunar lander in progress, and Richtofen somehow found a magical spacesuit, but I find that hard to believe. So they they teleported to the moon, and then we'll show you some more proof of that a little bit. So anyway, then they go to Ascension on this lunar lander, and so when they're there, they go into the Gersh. And which takes them to.
They get stuck and Call of the Dead.
Stuck there, but Richtofen.
It's kind of shaky on how they got there because Richtofen kind of knew he wanted to be in Call of the Dead by the things he says, and Call of the Dead definitely happened after Ascension because
it's in the future.
Tank curses out Gersh. Yeah, Tank curses out Gersh anyway.
And anyway. So why did Richtofen want to go to Call of the Dead? He obviously wanted the gold rod for something we are just gonna talk about in like a couple seconds here. And anyway, after that they obviously teleport to Shangri-La.
Because Richtoven's holding the golden rod when he gets there, unless something happened in between them, but he wouldn't have the golden rod. Doesn't make sense.
Anyway,
it doesn't.
So why did he want to go to Shangri-La? Well, it's kind of obvious. He wanted the focusing stone, and what we believe, and we're trying to wonder why would he want this focusing stone and the golden rod. Well, one thing is, hold up, excuse me. Anyway, why would he want that? Doesn't really make much sense unless, if you'll notice, the focusing stone came from a meteor. Meteor looks exactly the same, but it's the exact same color. Basically looks the same, except it's rounder my god. It looks the same as the one in Shino Numa, which of course is where the 115 comes from. In the 115 is used.
And I just want to add in right here, there's also 115 on the moon. So maybe he went to the moon looking to see if that 115 was good enough, and he maybe thought that he needed to build something, and he came up with the idea he needed the rod and the focusing stone as like a second thought to try. So.
Or maybe. No, wait. Okay, well, I don't know. Oh, I just thought of something, but I don't know if I should say it during this.
Just say it. Why not? Screw it.
Well, I'm thinking, wait a minute. Alright, so you know how they went on the moon before any of these maps, right? What if he saw the meteor on the moon, right? Sees the meteor on the moon, and then, as you know, there's an eclipse during Shangri-La. Maybe he knew that if they go to Shangri-La, the meteor would somehow fall from the moon and land in Shangri-La.
Yeah, because the meteor, there's that random meteor on the... Yeah,
why would he know
because there's that random meteor on the tumble.
Stone would be in Shangri-La. It doesn't make much sense. So anyway,
maybe they're on the moon during an eclipse.
Yeah, maybe they were on the moon during the eclipse, and then they saw that meteor fall, and Richtofen just wants to go to Shangri-La to get that focusing stone. And why would he want the focusing stone and the golden rod? Maybe he's using those to finish his greatest invention, the Wonder Waffle.
And it would make sense because they've been looking. Okay, sorry, but they've been looking for because they've run out of 115 so easily. They've been looking for something that can power it without it running out. Maybe this focusing stone is an unlimited source of power because it was just floating there by itself in Shangri-La. It would make a little bit of sense. It has like contained power that never runs
And
out.
another thing. So yeah, that's why we think it, and if you'll notice, he says that kind of like the Wonder Waffle isn't complete yet. It's kind of like not completely finished. You'll notice he says, ooh, experimented weapons is my favorite. I'm not going to do the gay German accent. I'm not calling Germans gay, but I'm just saying maybe Richtofen's a little fruity, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of clues to that.
We should do a theory about how Richtofen is gay, but we'll do that. We'll save that for the next
Yeah, that's another
show.
big video in a different time.
But anyway. So anyway, we think that...
This video is just going to be titled, Is Richtofen a homosexual?
Basically, that's a theory. That's our theory.
And what about the other things, the backup moon being in the future?
Alright.
I mean, moon being in the past.
We'll show this. Alright, Scott, take it away from here.
Okay, as you can see in the moon trailer, it was on the left there's ads, and on the right there was the to be continued type thing. Notice that Call of the Dead is above Ascension, because it obviously happened after, and Shangri-La is above Call of the Dead, because it happened after that. Why would Moon be below Ascension if it didn't happen before it? It makes perfect sense, because that's how all the things have followed suit, and why would they change it up? And I'm guessing that Kino is below Moon, because you can't really see it. They probably didn't plan that far in advance. Treyarch is pretty good with planning far in advance, where they had Call of the Dead in The Rise, supposedly. I haven't seen that, but it does make a lot of sense that they would continue the tradition of doing that.
Yeah, so we want to do our moon predictions, and then we'll head off to Chris with his little segment.
Yeah, with his little song and dance.
Okay. Anyway, so let's...
Chris, don't butt in. We're trying to have a smart conversation.
Am I going, or... No, not yet, not yet. Oh, alright.
No, you're next.
Alright, so anyway, let's start... Alright, let's...
Dude, I was doing so...
No. Okay, let's do...
Go.
Alright, so let's do the little... So yeah, let's start off with $1 million question. A lot of... I assume everybody's talking about... What is Thrice the Zombie Killing Fun, the new perk in Moon? I'm not sure. We have a couple of theories. Everybody...
I think I'll take it away from here, Jim. But a lot of people have been thinking that it's 3 guns, but that doesn't really make any sense, because if you went down, you would lose. How would it decide which gun you would lose? That doesn't make any sense. Would it randomly decide one? It seems too broken for Treyarch to put in. Unless it was like a permanent perk that you never lost, which would be really helpful, and it would be a must-buy perk.
But that wouldn't make sense, really.
Yeah, it would be too much
but what would be
coding,
the point?
probably.
If it would last forever, if the perk doesn't really do any... Oh, if you're saying, like, if it's 3 guns and it lasts forever, I see what you mean here.
Yeah, like, like on the perks on Shangri-La.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be the only way that it could work.
Maybe they were using that meteor on the moon, the 115 on the moon. I don't know. Remember how you said that maybe that thing on the moon was an unlimited source? Maybe that's in the machine. And basically...
Yeah. Or maybe the machine is, like, really expensive, maybe, like, Pack-a-Punch expensive, and then you just... It costs 500 and you keep it forever. Like 5,000. Yeah. I always get numbers mixed up.
Also think, what do you think the boss zombie is? But it's actually kind of complicated.
Yeah, and it would really mess with our moon being in the past
boss zombie, which I think would actually be really cool. Might be a pain in the ass, but I still think it would be really cool. If the Cosmic Silverback was the final boss. I know I've wanted it to be a boss for a while, but maybe it's just gonna be Space Monkeys again.
Chris, you have something to say?
Yeah. Earlier, we were talking about the whole boss thing, and Jim said Cosmic Silverback, and I said why, and we got in this whole argument. Yeah. And as I was thinking about
it was a one-sided argument, pretty much.
As I was thinking about it,
okay.
Dead Ops is basically...
Oh, you're getting it?
Yeah, I'm just going to end this right now.
Just go ahead.
I'm just going to end this right now. Because you guys brought it up, I was going to start my whole segment off on the boss thing, since you guys said it. Dead Ops, if you realize when you die, how it has the second, third, first pedestal and whatnot, you're in Shangri-La, and that's when the Cosmic Silverback attacks you. And I just realized this earlier, that basically Treyarch put every single zombie thing together and somehow made the shittiest zombie map ever.
Shitty.
Exactly.
So basically, Chris had nothing real important to say at all. He was just hating on Dead Ops, and if you like Dead Ops,
and
stop
Chris
watching
hates
this.
your guts,
Just
and he
stop
wants to murder
watching.
you.
And actually, no,
Yeah.
that's taking it a little too
He
far.
wants to show you how to commit he wants to show you how to commit suicide with only one hand.
See,
Right, Chris?
Scott, this is... now I think
Alright, anyway,
I know
hold up.
why
Let
you
me-
said
let me,
earlier that I'm...
start talking
Alright,
about-
you know what?
Chris, personal things,
we
personal
start
things.
talking about the boss kind of thing. Alright, so
Okay, I wanna go into my thing
and then I'll
about
talk about and then I'll talk
why-
about what it might do, basically, as the boss.
yeah, why this would actually debunk our Ascension being after Moon, because on the monkey's uniform it says CCCP, which is USSR in Russian. I don't really care about that, but it says CCCP on the rocket that's an Ascension that you launch off to the sky. So maybe the Cosmic Silverback, because why would you make a rocket that big and not put anything in it? Maybe the Cosmic Silverback was in the rocket and they sent it to the moon not knowing what it was. They just wanted to get to the Pack-a-Punch or something like that. I don't know of what their mindset is during that. But it would make a lot of sense, and that's how it would make it to the moon. But that would totally debunk our moon being in the
Unless
past
there's-
theory.
Wait,
like you
hold
said earlier about the space-time continuum crap. That's
Oh, like,
complicated.
cause the time travel, cause the rise, it's frozen in the same 3 minutes, or 3 seconds, cause it'll go 3 minutes and then it comes back. So maybe somewhere they're gonna add time travel. I loved how they did that in Shangri-La with the Easter egg.
Yeah,
that was really cool, but that was
Maybe
fucking
there's-
smart.
Or maybe they're just sending. Maybe that the Cosmic Silverback might have already been on the moon while they were experimenting with it, to see what the effects would be. They sent the rocket up to get it,
Yeah.
but I don't know. But anyway, so let's talk about what
Maybe they're-
what
yeah.
not Shangri-La would do. What the Cosmic Silverback might do. I kind of have like three kind of theories here. I just thought of one. Not paying attention to somebody while they were talking, but so what it might do, it might be like a George Romero, but I highly doubt that. I think that's just a one done thing because nobody
Yeah,
likes
I think they
George.
realized how much the community hated him. They're probably not
Yeah,
gonna bring
so,
that
like,
back,
yeah,
even
so it
though
might
they
just,
asked
like-
for a boss
might just-
zombie.
Go around on his paws, whatever, and yeah, you know what I mean. But I doubt that. And the other thing he might just come every round, just go literally insane, which I think would be too hard. Or maybe he's like the Pentagon thief.
I'm surprised you didn't use your special pun right there, going
I
bananas.
was gonna say that,
Jim.
but
Hold on.
You didn't
No,
want to
I
sound
didn't wanna
extremely
say it.
stupid.
Okay, no, that was it's a great pun. Anyway, so
Okay, Chris, you're trying to say something. Just intersect real.
Yeah. I just realized, what if we just, like, broke Treyarch's whole plot?
what
What if we
will
did-
you do
They're just gonna like
Treyarch?
flag the video. Flag the video.
What will you do now, Treyarch?
Where's your god now, Treyarch?
Anyway,
Where's your
Scott,
god?
Scott, save it for church. Anyway, okay. So, and with my third thing I think I might do, I just thought of this. It might kind of be like, let's say you don't even have to kill it. Because this thing, when we were playing Dead Ops, it just goes insane, it goes everywhere. And it might be like the Pentagon thief, it might steal your gun, but I highly doubt that.
Maybe it would be like an adult version of the monkeys from Ascension. It would steal your perks, but it would be like
They took,
different
yeah, they
in a
took
way.
the
Like
whole
he would
Perk
have to
machine
get
with
to
it.
you.
And no, here's
Give
what
me
I thought
that.
it might be. I just thought of this. Maybe it doesn't really try to hit you, or it doesn't go on the ground or anything. Alright, just listen to this.
It's
no,
like
no,
pessimistic
no, listen to this. No,
and-
look. I just thought of this. It's actually, I think it's pretty neat. Anyway, so he doesn't try to hit you, and you don't even have to shoot him. I just think maybe for like a full minute, depending on how many players there are, like if there's like 4 people, maybe like a whole like minute or 2 minutes, he just goes around the whole map, like, and depending where you are, he'll just like maybe like throw stuff at you, or maybe if he's like, say he's on the roof, he'll just stomp on the roof and like pieces of rubble will try and fall down on you. You know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty cool.
But that would be kind of that wouldn't be something Treyarch would do with the whole gravity on the moon thing. That would be kind of shaky.
I forgot
But
about
you just thought of that now, so you don't have to be thinking backing that up.
So it's just a theory. We don't even know.
Yeah,
but
is that
might
it?
not even be the real boss.
Yeah. Is that it, guys? Do you have anything else you want to discuss? Cause I
That
don't.
sucks. I think the theory's pretty good, and I hope Moon's gonna be a good map.
Yeah, so that's it, guys. Next time or whatever the hell we're gonna do on this channel, I'll go back and forth from Black Ops to Pokemans. Chris, don't be a Logan and say Pokemon sucks. Screw you. Okay, so next time.
Guy.
Okay. Okay, I'm trying to do my outro here.
Hold up,
Jim,
hold up,
Chris.
hold up.
Okay, wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
hold up. Everybody come to my game
Go.
really quick.
Why?
Jim.
Because I want to show you.
Who cares?
Scott, just go. Scott,
This
just
is
go
the
to
outro.
the leaderboards and go on Kino. Just tell everybody that shit's for real.
No, Jim. No, I'm not going that. Screw that. So yeah, Chris, you wanna do the outro because you don't talk a lot?
Bye.